Good Thursday evening. It is Thursday, February 8th, 2024 at precisealgorithmtrading.com. Going to do another quick one tonight. Here's the automated trading systems that we have over here on the left, and we'll just go through them. This is the Dow futures, and we got a nice bounce today. We're still not up to this equity peak, the high equity peak yet, but um, looks like we're possibly heading that way. That'd be great. And today's trade, there were three of them, two winners and a loser, and yeah, I'll take that all day long. So that's good. The Russell, it looks like we had, I think, one trade today, and we're just hopefully starting to climb back out of that hole. And there's the one trade. It's a nice one. The NASDAQ, on the other hand, continues to pull back, and oh well, we'll just have to deal with it. So we had a lot of trades today, mostly losers, and let's just hold on for the ride because, like I said the other night, it's maybe looking like this or something like that. We're getting two humps to the downside, and it'd be nice if we got one of these coming out of it. That could happen anytime. So it's just, I mean, literally, you add all the trades together, and this is the way it swings up. And if you go over a longer period of time, it even looks nicer than this. So that is what automated trading looks like. So let's go to the stock market, and I'll start with the VIX. So I went ahead and threw my Bollinger Band cross study on here, and so it's pink arrows when the price crosses from above to below, and that's usually the buy signal. You can see it. We had a buy signal back here, but then it actually reversed for a couple days. That was down here. So it's not. I mean, it's not a clean move when it does it, but that one did work out, and that started this rise. So back here, if I can show that, yeah, there you go. So we got that cross back on this candle right here, and then we got a rise that came out of that when this thing fell. That was that run right there. So you can go back in time and you can do this too, but you can see basically that the market, when the Bollinger Bands come out, when the price comes out of the Bollinger Bands from the upper side, we come back up on price. So that's when we have a chance to go higher. When the Bollinger Bands come up off the bottom, like they did right there, that's when you get a pullback like this, or worse, when you get coming off the bottom back here. Let's see if I can find that time, and there you go. There you go. Came off the bottom there, and we had this kind of a fall. Now, these waves coincide with that. This is a daily chart, by the way. These waves coincide with that, so you can see we come off the bottom here. We were on a wave higher like that, and then it just fell. As we came up into the cross, we came up and then we crossed back, and it was a few days later when we actually got the bounce, and then finally got a real bounce out of the bottom there. So it's not a perfect system. It's just something to watch and something for us to keep our eyes on, especially when we're in action like we are right now, where this thing's melting up as far as the price goes on the S&P 500, and we're just really in this coiling sideways action on the VIX. By the way, the VIX is the volatility index, and it measures volatility, and I think it's rooted in options pricing and other things. It's a derivative that indicates, what's the volatility of the S&P 500, but it might be bigger than that. You'd have to like Google it. So there you go. That's that. That's so the S&P continues to melt higher. We're up against this upper trend line. Maybe not quite 100% up against it. There's room. This is the hourly chart on the right now, but something I'm keeping my eye on. Tomorrow is Friday, so a lot of times people sell going into a weekend. And ooh, this is interesting. So we're back at the Russell here, and we actually got a buy signal on the Russell. So breaking out of this channel would be something to the upside, and that if that happens, this could be a higher low, and we could get a higher high coming out of that. But this was not a very, it was a pretty short-lived pullback if that's the case. The Dow here, same thing. It's melting up, and there's actually a rising wedge pattern that's going on here, which none of those have really mattered lately, so I even hesitate to put it on here or talk about it. But if you connect the tops of those candles, and even if you connect that to that, that's a rising wedge pattern, and it will either blow out the top and then fail, or it'll just roll over and blow out the bottom. I don't. Those are eventually all rising wedges eventually break lower. So, but like I say, none of that's really mattered lately. So that'll be something just to keep our eye on, and I'll leave it on the chart. The NASDAQ here is in the same kind of a thing. We've gone higher, and we're actually chopping around above these recent price pivots on the hourly chart. So the market is lulling us to sleep, and it's got my radar up for sure. But in the meantime, I'm long a lot of things, and there's no reason to be real short here. The transports here, same kind of a story. We are up against the upper Bollinger Band, or Keltner channel in this case. That doesn't mean we can't break above it like we did back here, but a lot of times you pull back to the middle, or at least before you break out higher, and maybe that's what we did here already. But it's still a bullish signal. Oil, flip over to the oil trade here, and it's looking pretty positive. Oil was up 3.03% today on the USO contract, on the ETF right there. So, and I mean, that literally is following along with the fact that we got this breakout pivot the other day, and then we failed. I got stopped out on the hourly chart because I just didn't want to lose, and now I'm back in again, and we're up right now. So we'll see how long that lasts. If this thing really breaks out to the upside, we could get targets along the way, all the way up into here. So we will watch that and play it accordingly. All right, gold, since we're here, just chopping sideways really. Mostly bullish, chopping sideways. And let's see what bonds are doing, because I am in that. We're close to our stop, but any minute now we could literally reverse the other direction. So, and that's where I'll leave you for that. Let's go to stockcharts.com and look at the bullish percent indexes. Here's the industrials. They didn't move. The NYA up 0.39%. The transports didn't move. The NASDAQ up 0.64%. The SPX up 0.6%. The OEX minus 1.56%. And the NDX up 2.86%. So the strength is still really looks like it's with the NASDAQ. So, and this is that level I was calling out the other day. Pull up this thing. This level right here is the one to watch. If we break down, take this column of O's, dips below the previous column of O's, then this thing is on an official point and figure sell signal, and it could go, not that it will, it could go all the way back down here pretty easily. Or, you know, we could get a reversal like this. Of course, then we could also get another reversal that would go down. So look at what's happened in the past. Things like this. Reversals like this. I mean, you can see them. There's one. You could get something that's muted like these that don't go all the way down to the blue line. The blue line is support on a longer term basis. So these blue lines here. The red lines are resistance, and they actually play out pretty well with the regular stock charts as well, with the line charts or the bar charts. So, and that's what I'll leave you with for tonight. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you on our weekend review.